Hey everybody, we're at episode 40. Well, this is a pretty awesome 40 episodes. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, so I can't say a hell of a lot has happened, but shit has happened obviously. I am This is the last video I'm going to be doing for probably almost close to a month. I'm going to Westover Treatment Center for Substance Abuse. It's a really good treatment center, and I know a lot of people that go there, have gone there, I should say, and a lot of good things. And I'm really excited for this next step in my recovery. I can admit that my sheer will isn't enough to keep me clean. I can admit that there is some very strong withdrawal symptoms, even months, apparently even past a year after using, that are just completely manageable. It is very strong and very stronger than I've ever could even imagine. And there are just I don't know how to live, without using. I'm learning that, and it's very tricky. I knew my life up until this point. I knew that times got rough. If there's stuff I couldn't handle, I could always use, and that would be my comfort zone. I knew that was when I was in survival mode. That's what I had to do. That's the version of myself I had to be, and that's how I coped with the trauma and the abuse and neglect and everything else that I endured. And now, with my last few relapses, it comes to pass that it is now, at one point, is the only time that I had complete comfort when I relapsed. Now I've reached a state that whenever I've relapsed in the last few, there's absolutely no comfort there. I am actually the complete opposite. I'm the most uncomfortable I can be. It is not a place of solitude and peace where it once was for me. That's a big sign that, not only is it over, but it's time to move on. There is a peace in knowing that it's over. There is a weird mourning of letting go of the version of me I needed to survive, because I knew that if life got hard, I could always go back to that. But that is no longer an option. I can't be that person anymore, because that person not only doesn't really exist, but there's no happiness there. Even synthetic happiness doesn't work for me in that sense. So there is also fear in this new way of life, that I have different ways to cope, but because I haven't known those ways very long, I'm not 100% comfortable in the new way of living to be comfortable. And that's a hard thing to be. I'm in this weird transitional state of, I planned up to this point. Now that it's here again, I am ready to go, but the future is unknown, and there's all this uncertainty, and I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared because this is new waters for me. I knew what my life was and how to deal with it before. Now that way of living isn't valid, or I should say just doesn't work for me. So now I have a completely new life, and it's scary because I'm learning new ways of everything. I had to change everything about me to change my life, and needless to say, that's been difficult. The way of thinking, everything I do, and it's been a lot more intense than I had imagined it being. But in good ways. But it's still scary moving forward, because I was certain on some profound level that I wasn't gonna make it this far. That my life was never gonna get better, that I was never gonna get the help I needed, and that I was gonna die from a drug overdose eventually. For that, I was almost certain. Now that isn't my reality anymore. I have life ahead of me. And I didn't plan for that. And that's scary. And I know that sounds stupid, but it is in its own sense that I have options and all these choices, and I never envisioned my life making it back this far. I'm happy and blessed to be here and to have it, don't get me wrong, but now I don't know where to go and what choices to make, and forever trying not to backtrack and fall back into old patterns. It's a lot. It's a lot of change. It's a lot of sometimes pressure. It's a lot of just incredible new feelings. I'm experiencing everything for the first time clean that I haven't experienced in a long time. I'm glad I didn't die. I'm glad that I made it through the toughest of times, and I know there's going to be tough times ahead, but I know I can make it through. I having better luck with my third sponsor, and I realized that having a female sponsor works a lot better for me because I have a lot of trauma tied into men from being abused and whatnot. So I think I could never have really have been 100% comfortable with a male sponsor. There's just certain things I don't want to tell a grown man about the things I've been through and things I've done and ways I've felt, and I just realize that now. So at least that was good to learn. I worked through my reservations before going to Westover. That's what I've been kind of doing the last couple of weeks, and needless to say, they were it was pretty grueling. Turns out I did have reservations about using, and I felt like the only way I was going to be successful at treatment is to work through those before I went. So that's what I did, and I did what I had to do, and there was some very hard choices and very difficult things I had to do, and cutting people off and saying goodbye to, like I said, a version of me, saying goodbye to certain ways of living that I kind of held on to, and things that don't serve me anymore, and things that were going to hold me back if I didn't let go. But it's hard to let go of that version of me, because even though it's always going to be a part of me, it was temperamental to my survival. I needed him to stay alive, and now he just does more damage than helps. But I'm not that person anymore. I've come a long way, and as much as I felt like on some level I needed him on the back burner in case life got hard again, I know that life's never going to be like that again. Why? Because I have things that I've never had before in my life, like genuine people that love and care about me, real friends, amazing support, connection to my higher power and my church and all the wonderful people there, and NA and all the people that support me there, and my addiction counselors through like my mental health services programs. And I have immense pillars of strength and support, and I never had any of that before. I lived a fake life with fake people, fake surroundings, and I was a fake person myself. This has been a crazy journey up until now, and I'm really happy to be moving forward, but man, it's been fucking intense. It's been emotionally crazy, and I've had to come to terms with things and face things that I never even imagined in a million years was ever going to be like this. And but in turn, my life has gotten better. It's gotten great. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy that that life no longer suits me, and that version of me is not in a not a comfort part of my life. I'm happy that I don't have to be that person. I'm happy that life isn't that hard. I'm happy that I don't have to resort to the things I've had to do in the past. And with all that brings true happiness and contentment. So I'm going into treatment with an open, teachable mind to absorb and get the best treatment possible so I can have the best recovery that I can have, so I can be successful and I never have to look back again other than to see how far I've come. It's been hard, I'm not gonna lie. And honestly, I know this sounds bad, but I really don't. I can't see how. Sometimes I can't believe I made it this far, and I don't see how most people make it at all, because it is such a hard, intense road, and you have to literally change everything about you, and you can't hold on to anything because it just sets you back. And every single time you backstep, it fucks everything up. And not only that, it can cost you your life. And that's some pressure. Looking back at some of the earlier videos, I still don't even know how I made it through some of those situations, but I realized I do know I have love in my life. Love of God and love of friends and family, and that love has carried me to amazing new places. And sometimes I still don't think it's real. And I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be back and I'm gonna be that person again, and I get scared for a minute because I never want to go back. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do, and it's the best thing I've ever done with my life. I've been volunteering at the arcade mission in my free time, and it's been really rewarding and really wonderful. The energy there is just amazing, and they do such good and feed a lot of people, and health and clothes and all this stuff, and it's really been great for the community, and it's been great for me. It helped me realize that helping people is more important than being a selfish person, and that I can make a difference. And for the longest time I wanted to make a difference, but I didn't know how I was going to do it. And this is just, I love it there. I love the people there. I love the energy there, and I love being trying to be the best person I can be. So I look forward to continuing that when I come back out, and I know it's going to be there. I know I just have so much stuff I want to do now, and recovery has given me the options to do that. And my 12-step program has also been a huge contributor to that as well. So I'm gonna miss doing these videos for a bit, but 19 days isn't that long. I'm sure it will go by quick. So I'll have, I'm sure, stories afterwards. So thank you for still watching, and I hope everyone out there who is struggling is how these are helping at all, and hopefully taking you to a better place and showing you that there is life outside of addiction, and there is hope. And if you want it bad enough, you can have it too. So I think that's enough for today. That's all I wanted to say, and I'm gonna miss you guys, and goodbye. We'll see you in almost a month. All right, bye for now.